Hello, Infiniteers! We are back in Fantasyland for the remainder of this series, and today I'm going to take you on a tour of my recreation of Peter Pan's Flight. Now, I must confess that I have never actually ridden on this ride at Disneyland. I've wanted to, but it seems like the line is always long. It's at least a 90-minute wait every time I've gone to the park, so I've never had a chance to ride this thing. But look at this. There are no lines at all. I love Disneyland in the toy box because I can ride anything I want as many times as I want with no waiting. Isn't that great? So let's go right on in and get this show started. Okay, here we are. I showed a version of this toy box a long time ago, but as you can see, I've made some changes since then. We start off in the Darling house, in the kids' bedroom, and I think this matches the original ride and the story better than what I had here before, which was basically just an empty room. And when I push this button over here, that creates the flying ship that we can use to take us on the ride. And I've never been on the original ride, but I have seen videos of it, and like many of the Disneyland rides, you would just board the ship and ride it through the attraction. There's not much to do except admire the scenery, which is fun. But in the general ride, I love how the ship flies you around a 3D model of Neverland before it takes you past a series of scenes from the story. And that 3D model is one of my favorite things about the ride. But the kid in me wishes we could land the ship and get out and explore Neverland on foot. And so that's my inspiration for my version of the ride, and that's what we're going to do. Now, just like Pirates of the Caribbean, my recreation does not precisely duplicate the original ride, but I believe it does capture the spirit of the ride. And I'm taking advantage once again of the toy box to create an experience that I believe the Disneyland developers might have created if they could have. So the first thing we do is board the ship, and I turned our journey into to Neverland into a bit of an interactive game. So we follow the sparkling trail, and if I remember my controls here, so we got a little sparkling trail that leads us to the next ring. And that reminds me a little bit of Tinkerbell, so it's kind of like she's guiding us on our journey. And this gives us a chance to enjoy the Sky Dome a bit. And she's taking us to Neverland. Whoa! I missed the ring. There we go. I'm not the best pilot when it comes to these vehicles, but oh well. So here is my version of Neverland, and I've actually rebuilt this entire toy box from scratch. I've made it more compact, which has allowed me to reclaim some memory, and I've been able to add some nice edging along the sides, as you see, so it's not all square. I've been able to make a few changes to Skull Rock. I've been able to populate the toy box with some characters and townspeople and add a few finishing touches, which I think is a really good thing. It needed it. So this is kind of a fun little game. It gives you something to do with the pirate ship besides just travel to Neverland, and it gives you a chance to fly around the island just like in the ride and admire the scenery. And this is the final ring, which takes us to the beach where Pan is waiting for us. So we'll land and hop out, and let's go see what Peter Pan wants. He says, "Would you like to go on an adventure?" And you'll notice now there are some dots that are on the radar screen in the lower left corner. Pan sends us on a quest to collect 10 gems, and these gems are randomly scattered around the island. So that gives us a reason to explore, and because they're randomly generated, that means they're in a different place every time we play this. So we have one up here on the pirate ship. Looks like it's right off the end of the plank. And here's Captain Hook over here, waiting for us. I have to remember my controls. I've been playing Breath of the Wild again, and so the controls are a little bit different on there for jumping and so on. So every time I switch back and forth between the games, I have to remember what the controls are. Well, let's see. We got one over here on the bridge over Crocodile Creek. And it looks like there's one out this way. There it is. Nice. And I think Cannibal Cove turned out nice where the pirate ship is moored. This hasn't changed too much visually from what I had before. It's just a little more compact. So there's not as many building pieces that are used to build it. There it is. Okay. And it looks like there's a couple out over this way. Oh, there's one over at Skull Rock. All right. Looks like we're right on top of one here. There it is. Whoops. There we are. And here we are in Mermaid Lagoon. And we actually have some mermaids here this time. So we can kind of admire them a little bit. The next one is over here at Skull Rock. So this gives us a reason to come out over this way and climb around it. I'd love to be able to take a boat over here. I put one down here just for reference, but since I don't have the memory for another vehicle in this toy box, we'll just have to kind of wander over the water. If I had a flying character like Tinkerbell, it wouldn't be too much of a problem, but alright, so we got one over on this end. And this is the back side of the island where Hangman's Tree is, and Peter Pan's hideout. I could climb up that way, but I'm not quite sure where that gem is yet. There's kind of a little fort down here below. Doesn't look like it's in there, though. Yep, nothing in here. Might be wondering why I'm not playing with Tinkerbell in this toy box. She's the logical choice, but I figured having a kid coming through here would be better. Because Pan usually brings kids here, so here we go. And there's Tinkerbell and Peter Pan, and one of the Lost Boys. Alrighty. Looks like there's one over at the Indian Village. And there's one over this way. Looks like it might be up on top of that mountain. Since I don't have a flying character, we'll have to go grab our flying ship here. There's another one over here somewhere. Gosh, right on top of it, it must be down here. There it is. Alright, two more. The one on the mountain and the one over at the Indian encampment. So we'll go over there next. I just love how this toy box turned out. There's so many unique areas, and I'm glad we were able to build something that looks a lot like the island from from Peter Pan. The Indians are having a party. Alright, 1 gem left. Let's go grab our pirate ship. Because there's no way really to climb that mountain all the way to the top. And it gives us a reason to use the pirate ship, besides just getting to the island. All right. Not seeing it. Doesn't look like it's actually on top of the island. There's a little hidden area behind this waterfall down here. I wonder if it might be in here. Yep, here it is. Alrighty. So that's Neverland. I really like how this turned out. I'll go ahead and board this ship. So now to get home. Whoa! So now we're done here on the island. We've explored everything and got the gems. And now that we're done, we'll head back over here to our starting point so we can get back to Fantasyland. This is the exit for the ride up here. Again, that gives you another reason to take the ship. You can land on top of the little structure here, or whoa! Or inside of it, and if you want a little more challenge. And that button basically gets rid of the vehicle and turns off checkpoint tracking on the path. So that's my recreation of Peter Pan's flight. I think this final version is much better than the one I showed you before, but leave a comment and let me know what you think of it. Next time, I'll start showing you how to build this toy box on your own system. You can use this as is for your own Disneyland ride, or you can use it as the starting point for your own adventures with Peter Pan in Neverland. Thank you for watching. Before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe if you want more Disney Infinity toy boxes like this. You can also follow me on my blog. That's all for me today. Take care.